Hi, Karen Naslund here with Naslund Consulting. Today I want to talk with you as part of Tips Tuesday about change and more importantly about transition that happens following change. In fact, I'm going to reference William Bridges' transition model as we have this discussion, and it's such an important topic that I am going to make this one of many conversations that I have with you about adjusting to change and more importantly, supporting your staff through the transition itself. So I thought I'd focus in first on sharing with you, according to Bridges, his thoughts on the model and some of the key concepts within the model. So, according to Bridges, change is an external event. It's something that happens outside of the person, and it can happen in the blink of an eye. It can be planned, it may not be planned. But that's how we define change. Transition, which is what we should be focusing on through any kind of change process in the workplace or at home, is our adaptation from what was to what now is. And that includes a process in and of itself. And it's important to realize and know what that process is. And once we know how people go through that adaptation and some of the stages that they undertake, we will be better prepared as managers and leaders to support them through that and, in fact, be able to prepare them to move forward and get through the process itself more quickly. Finally, one of his concepts is what we would call the neutral zone. And the neutral zone is an important time because it's the time between what was and what now is. It's a time of chaos, it's a time of uncertainty, but it is also a time of creativity, of trying new things, of being innovative. Without the degree of reluctance and hesitancy that we have when we have things already established. Now, I want to give you an example of this. Recently, I actually just redid our kitchen. And the remodeling had everything taken down and moving everything around. So, of course, we were really comfortable in how things were before. I could basically cook and clean the kitchen on autopilot. Well, now it's taking me a lot more time to think about where I have put things and to actually get through the different tasks. Now, that's a time for another discussion because everybody experiences that when there is significant change. And so we'll talk about that again in one of the future tips for Tuesday blogs. Right now, though, as I give you this example, I have things set up in the kitchen, but I'm not really reluctant to make a change to try something different because it may not be working for me the way that I want. Now, in the old kitchen, it would have taken a lot for me to make that change because I was really settled into what was. The fact is that even my husband, who is what I would consider more resistant to the change process, doesn't mind me experimenting in moving some things around. In fact, he has some suggestions around how we could be more effective, more efficient within the kitchen and actually getting the tasks done. So that's a really good example of the neutral zone where there's a discomfort, where there is a sense of not being as confident in what you're doing, of it taking more time to actually get through, but also an opportunity to try new things, to be innovative, creative, with a greater willingness for that to happen. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and next time, join me. We'll continue our conversations around change and transition on Tips Tuesday for Leaders.